I wanted to make a quick recording here. Trying to show in a way that everything in our reality is being fabricated and nothing is as it seems. So check this out. Today it's 23rd. Wait. 23rd of September 2024. And on the 17th of September, the 17th of September, wait. Wait, because I have to get to Wikipedia. Okay, here it is. So, on the 17th and 18th of September 2024, so today it's the 23rd, that means the 17th is, what, 6 days ago. So on the 17th and 18th of September, there was this pager attack happening in Lebanon. Okay, so I won't cover what happened. There were some pagers exploding all over the place, harming civilians, harming 2,000 or something people. And there was a mass fuss around this because it's the first time when technology is proven to be unreliable, untrusty, because it can be compromised by who knows what type of parties to injure the population through technology. So this is a mass event. It has been declared like this event has changed the world. Like Israel pager attacks have changed the world, and this is on the New York Times. So this is an official publication here. The New York Times, basically the ones that they are creating the story, and one of them, one of the official publications that are creating the main collective story and telling us apparently what's happening, It has been declared that Israel pager attacks have changed the world. So the pager attack that happened on the 17th, where is it? On the 17th and 18th of September, apparently it has been declared as a sort of like having been changing the world, having changed the world. All right. So now check this out. I was trying to figure out more of what happened, and I was reading some articles and I thought to go on YouTube and see the videos, or what type of videos are there out there, And I got to this video published by a channel I tell a lot of subscribers, almost 1 million of them, 2 million or something views. So this video has been extremely, let's say, viewed, if we would believe that the views are real. And why am I making this recording? Like check this out. This video was published, right? It was published 4 days ago, and the attack happened 6 days ago. Like, these guys basically had 2 days to first, let's say, become acquainted, because the attack happened on the 17th, like 6 days ago. Maybe they had the news had to go to them, to get to them, and then they had to immediately start working, let's say, on creating this material to explain how the attack happened, how the pagers exploded, and what type of technology is the pager containing. All right, this is what the video has been explaining. Let us just check up the beginning of the video a bit to understand here where I'm getting with this, okay? To see that Yeah, okay, let us just look a bit.
Hezbollah reportedly ordered around 5,000 pagers from Taiwan, a country known for producing about 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors. These pagers were destined for Lebanon. However, what makes this story particularly intriguing is what allegedly happened during the shipment process. At some point along the way, a spy agency is believed to have intercepted the shipment and tampered with the pagers. They discreetly altered the internal components, replacing one of the two identical batteries with a hidden explosive device. This modification was done so subtly that it went unnoticed. Once the changes were made, the altered pagers were quietly sent back to Hezbollah as if nothing had happened. To help you understand better about the explosive pager, let's take a look at how it works. At its core, the battery powers the entire device. This is the speaker and emits audio alerts to notify the user of incoming messages. The motor adds a physical vibration alert, making the pager effective in silent mode. The radio antenna coil receives wireless signals like VHS, and the microprocessor converts these signals into readable messages.
I'll stop here. So check this out. Like look at this animation, man. Like, let me start with this. Like, the majority of people, when they would see this video, they would look at it and they would have they would think nothing is wrong with this video. No, they would just look and try to understand what happened with the pagers in, Lebanon, and how the attack happened, and they wouldn't notice that something is wrong here, but it's not immediately recognizable. Like, I've been working in graphic design and advertising, and with really known, with a lot of, let's say, knowledge and interaction with people which do 3D graphics, and with people which work in all sorts of other, like, programming and video editing and graphics, and I've been around in this area for the last 17 years. I know what it takes to make an animation. I know the work involved. Like, even to create just a singular scene, like this battery, coming out. Where did they show it? Like, to generate the entire, here, look.
Battery powers the entire device. This is the speaker and emits. At its core, the battery powers the entire device. This is the speaker.
Just for a simple animation like this, do you know how much time it takes to render and to create in 3D the entire board here and make it look like natural? At least a couple of hours if you're truly an expert. At least, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 hours, I would say, just for this motherboard. But let's say they had the components, okay, of a motherboard, and they just used it. It still takes a lot of time. It still takes at least 3 hours just to generate this one. And then you have to generate the batteries as well, and then you have to make them move. And then you have to, like 5 seconds or 10 seconds of this video would usually take an expert 3D graphic designer at least 5 hours just to create 10 seconds of this video. But this video has 10 minutes and it's all animated. It's like, look at it, everything is just animation. It's not somebody which talks to you and reports from the live place, which would be natural. This is an animation which has 10 minutes. Like, I know, even if there was a team, let's say they had 10 people working at it, even to coordinate between them and make this animation, like, from all my experience, and I urge people which have friends or they are into graphic design to come here and say if this, I might be mistaken with this, but from all my experience, it is impossible to, even if you have a team of 10 people, to make a video like this in 1.5 days, let's say, which it took from the time in which this event happened, all right, on the 17th, Oh wow. And now it says September 18th here. Like, it said 4 days ago. But now it changed. It says September 18th. So it was published on September 18th. The freaking attack. But let's check, because it's a way to check the actual date when this was published. So it was published on the 18th. Indeed, it was published on the 18th. Now imagine that on the 17th, one day before, like one freaking day before, the attack happened. And then one day later, they managed to create the entire 10 minutes animated, 3D animated video and publish it. Like, even if you have 20 people to coordinate them in one day to create this entire thing, and to coordinate between them to render the pieces, to make the animation, to then render the entire thing, export it, test it for errors, because it can have a lot of glitches and errors, and you have to fix them. And like, this is a complex animation, man. It's like, it's not only that pager, but look how many other things. Now you have a simulated building here. Now you have simulated people with pagers.
It unexpectedly detonated, causing injuries to the user. The explosion, though localized, inflicted harm and sowed fear among those present. This raises the question, why did Hezbollah begin using pagers instead of simple mobile phones? Well, it all started with the Farid Shikr bombings, better explained in the video ahead. After the guided weapon traveled with
now you have weapons.
Release and struck the building with
Six weapons simulated, like buildings.
Obliterated the 7th floor.
Maybe they had assets, you know, because they have assets. They have assets for buildings. They might have assets for weapons. But still, it's like, from my experience, to be able to create a 10-minute animation video one day after and manage to publish it.
Charge of the warhead with a safety and arming mechanism and a fuse.
One day after the freaking explosion of these pagers in Lebanon, it's not probably impossible, but it's unlikely, let's say. It's unlikely that this has happened in this way. So I'll tell you briefly how I feel and how my theory is about this. I believe that this entire world is a stage. I believe that this entire world is staged up. And the events that happen in the world, they are fake. And they are not what it seems. They are not what they are given to the population. It's like, what it is being said to the population is just a made-up story. And I believe what happens is, like, they create all of this stuff way before. It's like, when they have created the event in Lebanon, on the 17th of September, they knew that's gonna happen in Lebanon, and they had already all these materials ready. They had all the articles ready, they had all the videos ready, and then they just published them. But it's just unbelievable that nobody raises any question, like, how can you create a 10-minute animated 3D video, which usually would take at least, I would say, if you have a team of 10 people, at least 3 days. 2 days. 2 days at least. 3 days. Like, come on. Somebody has to come here, which might have more experience than me in 3D. I have some experience, and I've worked with people working in 3D, and I know what this means. It takes a lot of time to generate these things and to create the animations. And then again, the entire work process takes time. But if you have 10 people working at it, it still would take 2 days or 3 days, I believe. But how can you have it in one freaking day? It's just... I just have an intense sensation in my in me it's clear that these are all created. The videos, the texts, the articles, everything is pre-created, and then it's just they are ready when they launch the freaking event in the world. They are also all the publications are ready with all the materials ready to publish them, you know, and all the New York Times and Italy and BBC and all the other channels, they are already having all the materials ready. They just publish them. So it's an entire stage. It's like a marketing. Everything is just a hocus pocus. Nothing is exactly as it seems.